Well, I did a teaching exam.
Okay.
And then I married a guy who was in graduate school. So
Okay.
I was there before.
Nice. Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Coming, you know, I had a lot of prejudices about being in the South, and some of them were accurate.
Yeah.
But it's in an interesting space because it's pretty, far, you know, sort of the northern,
Yeah.
southern city.
I mean, I lived in Cincinnati for 11 years, and I always thought of Cincinnati as sort of the north of the South. And Nashville, the thing I've been really enjoying about it is it's also kind of like Atlanta North at this point. There's a lot of young energy there, and
Well, the music.
I like that. Yeah, the music. I mean, yeah. But, I mean, I don't know. There's nothing as good as New Orleans, but Nashville's like, you know,
Well,
it's in the same conversation.
Yeah.
Maybe.
it's not,
You know,
it's not gonna
yeah.
get wiped out by the next
Right. Right.
whatever,
Yeah.
as New Orleans
Yeah.
is doing.
Is there enough for a cup yet?
No, I just wondered, like, where's the originating?
Let's just do the other pot too. The thing is, one pot's missing this basket, and this pot isn't missing anything, like, it just says like in general. But let's just make a bunch of coffee in all the pots, and let's see if any of them can get it all.
I mean, I just turned it off and on, it's making a noise, so maybe.
Maybe that was the whole. Also, I cannot figure out this coffee maker.
Oh, your meeting's at
Didn't have,
That was fun,
oh, that's this afternoon
Oh, that's
too.
this afternoon. Oh,
And then the Zoom thing with Airbnb was canceled. But we did, Brian and I did talk with PCFO, and I think they're gonna send some information for our company.
Morning.
Morning.
Morning. If anybody wants any newspaper, I got newspaper to share.
Anything on Ukraine and Russia?
I mean, I'm sure. I can't say that I saw it. I didn't like. It wasn't something I was. Something. I guess I'll be honest. I feel like I mostly just. I mean, I skimmed the paper. That I'm not ashamed of. And then the Russia Ukraine stuff. I don't pretend to be following like super closely.
Yeah, I haven't been able to follow it in the last 2 weeks, so.
Well, they're focusing in on a strategic area and what they want to do.
Yeah, so
Putting a lot of firepower in there, decimate, I think that, I heard last night, Maripol is essentially.
Russia now, yeah, they lost
Well,
Mariupol, Russia.
maybe Russia, but it's
Yeah.
been decimated.
Yeah, that's true. I wasn't, but they started war crime trials. So they started the war crime trials and they sentenced one person. Which,
I read a good article yesterday by David Remick, is that, he's with the New York Times, I think so. But about Putin, and, I mean, I read a couple articles about his, I'm sure that there are people that were seeing what was happening all along, but
Right.
we weren't active or not sure what you were. The whole Russian exceptionalism and Mother Russia, and, it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter who you kill or what, Ukraine is part of Russia. And that the people, it was because after, was that when they started democratizing?
Right.
And the impact of that was basically to just take all the wealth and the oligarchs got all the wealth, so people were like, democracy? I don't think so. So that, it was starting with that turn of like, and there's people that take advantage of it. Things are not. One could make a good case for things not being good
Yeah.
in the world.
Yeah,
Just
all
about
those,
any level you want to look at.
Right, and all the knock-on effects of this, I mean, it's so stupid.
Thanks for the donuts.
Oh, you're welcome.
Hey.
You got blood sugar up?
Thank you.
Or as some people call these cronuts, you
Oh,
know, the croissant donut.
yeah, yeah, those are the best ones.
I can't remember where I went recently, that was like their specialty. Oh, in Dayton, there's a, over in, maybe it's like Oakwoodish, there's a bakery that their specialty is the cronut. It was pretty tasty.
What is the distinction of the
It's like a croissant
Oh,
that's been turned into a donut.
cake, croissant,
So it's like if you
put a
want
lot of sugar
more
on it,
butter
fry
with
it.
your sugar, go with the cronut.
Yeah.
I come from the state where they deep fry Snickers bars, so this is not.
I'm for it.
You can call the order if you want, you got a quorum, so do whatever you like. And just FYI, that camera's just gonna keep a running, so.
Yeah, right, right.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I think
So all
we'll
my
wait a
cronut
few
comments are
more.
on there.
they are.
Oh, hey everyone.
And just a note about retreat footage is that it's recorded in case anyone loses their mind and, you know, requests to see the meeting, but legally, that can be destroyed the minute the minutes are written. They generally keep them, but just FYI, that's never, we never air the retreats, because they're exceptionally boring, actually, but also because it's a
Good
retreat.
setup there, Judy. Thanks. Now I'm super excited.
I mean, in terms of television,
Okay.
they're exceptionally boring, not in terms of content, of course.
Started watching Newsroom this week. Newsroom? You guys
Yeah.
watch Newsroom?
I've seen it.
Good.
That's the guy who did West Wing, right?
I think it's the same Aaron Sorkin.
Sorkin, yeah.
What's that one about?
Newsroom, top-rated anchor has sort of a turning point and decides to stop making the news for ratings and making news for facts because democracy is dying and all this stuff, and so they're presenting on what are lie or true incidents and providing news around it and showing the politics of news. There's a bit of love, drama, and politics and power dynamics. Yeah, it's really, I feel like it's very.
Who's the lead in that? What's his name?
Will? That's his character name.
Is it Jack Daniels?
Yeah.
Jeff, okay, Jeff.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's damn, wow.
Will McAvoy is his name for the show. But there aren't that many good political dramas out right now.
Hmm. Yeah, I guess that's true.
Since House of Cards.
I really liked The Good Fight.
Oh, me too. I love that show.
If you haven't
Oh,
seen it yet, it's
that was
amazing.
good. Oh, it's good.
Yeah, and it just really, I mean, there's just this whole aspect of it's like captures the Trump era. Cause it was like going while all that crazy stuff was happening.
I know, it was even like current stuff was, and you're going, like,
Yeah.
you know something I don't know?
It's
Yeah.
pretty,
What's it on? What
Intense.
network is it on?
Now you have to get it on Paramount, like you gotta, I think it's.
CBS.
CBS,
Paramount,
Paramount,
yeah.
Plus.
But it just cut off, right? It didn't, They did a season, it was supposed to continue, and it hasn't, to my knowledge.
Right, yeah, they did that a season after COVID, and then haven't seen anything since.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's actually one episode, I won't say too much about it, but, yeah, she's dreaming, and Hillary won the election, and it's like, every problem in the world was solved.
Yes, that's
So-
pretty funny. It's like when Saturday Night Live a million years ago did folk singers on Prozac. It was so funny. Everything is good, the environment is clean.
Hmm. Yeah, I hesitate to get started because I feel like everyone needs to be here for this first part.
Yeah, it sets a tone for the meeting for the rest of the meeting. Well, at least, part of it.
Oh, just wait, question really quick on that ordinance for changing the utility. Roundup stuff? I don't know where the limit is set at 200, but it's not in the ordinance.
It's not in the ordinance, it's in the policy, in the administrative policy. But we said in our agenda plan that we want to codify the two
So I
things.
dropped it in, I just wasn't, yeah.
If we could drop in those things, but maybe, I don't know if council will be interested in making, allow the free exceptions.
Well, we could put a thing that says exceptions can be made on a case-by-case basis with the approval of, and then you should probably have like Florence Village, it should be a little committee.
Or some sort of guideline, like what would be the things that would be allowable for exceptions.
That would be so lengthy though.
And, but you know, like if, I don't know, suppose that somebody, it has been 4 months since someone got, or 5 months, and they're facing disconnect order again. You know, is that how material is a 15-day advancing month, 15 days ahead of a 6-month timeline?
It almost seems like that could be done internally and outside of it, roundup. I mean, to me, you know, it sounds terrible, but there's a policy for a reason.
Right.
Honestly, if I know that I have this amount of time that I have to do a thing, and I don't have money anyway,
Yeah.
I'm either finding it, or if you give me longer, I'm still finding it or not finding it in that same period of time. You know what I mean? And then I feel like
Yeah,
the exception has to be outside of,
yeah, that's true, and I suppose that's why, you know, folks are good at waiting 12 months to reapply, so they know that, hey, they've got it in their programming that they know that every 12 months they'll have access to utility roundup money. Because from a customer base, it's the same customers that we're seeing year to year, it's not like people just stop looking for help.
but Florence also made the comment that she's like, well, people aren't using external support either, so I mean, it would be great if there was a committee that reviewed those applications regularly, so Florence could say, only connect them with CAP and this as they're in that waiting period.
Yeah, the committee is being done through the senior center. So there is that committee that's out, so,
Who's the senior center?
yeah, there's members from the senior center, Sandy from the credit union. Do you remember who else, who was on the committee?
I'm sorry, it was a payroll issue.
Utility roundup application?
Who was on the committee that decides it? The senior center?
To review that.
Yeah, and I don't know the individuals, I've never met them. I just know the board of the senior center.
Well, I think that it would be good, and it wouldn't be the village government if there were a group like part of Resilient Alice Springs or something that could work with. I mean, there's some people that are always gonna be struggling. So if there was some kind of, if we had a local support group that could help people look at ways that they wouldn't be struggling, or the financial literacy, or options that they're not aware of.
Well, you keep giving the information out, and to me,
Yeah.
you need an internal person, like a Florence, who does the outreach, because you can't just spewing people's information out to anybody. and just making it available isn't working, because it's made available, the information's made available. To me, you need a person who makes contact and says, I've got the forms and I can sit down with you and get them completed this afternoon at 2 o'clock, because that is the hurdle to me. The forms, knowing what to put down, all that stuff is, those are the barriers, it's not.
Hi, everybody.
Program.
Morning.
Sorry about your morning.
So basically, none of the animals or children can know that I'm leaving the house.
Because you have responses to the current.
Yeah, none of them can know. So in order for me to get someplace on time, I have to leave 2 weeks in advance and stay in a hotel. It's, yeah, I mean, whatever.
Mine can't wait for me to leave, because they're like, we will steal their money. Start fires in vain, yay.
All right, well, it's 8:45. Let's go ahead and call this meeting to order, and Judy, if you want to call the